welcome to Looking for Mr. Rabbit update on the 24th of November. And before I start, first of all, subscribe to my YouTube channel, A Mod Military Mum, and follow me on Twitter and find me on Facebook. And also go to my blog, AMMMTV.com, and you can check out all my rantings there. The good thing about the blog is that on the right hand side of the blog there's a little thing called Wattpad, and it's got an excerpt to the book Looking for Mr. Rabbit. So if you're curious to know what is going to be in my book, then go and have a little look at that. So the update on Looking for Mr. Rabbit is that I still haven't heard from Sarah Westcott yet about what's going on with my manuscript. So I don't really know what's going on with it. So in the meantime, in my other life, on Saturday I went to an 80s disco and got dressed up in lots of bangles and wore something that made me think I looked like Madonna, but actually I didn't really look like Madonna. I just looked like a fat bird in a corset with a dress underneath it who was wearing too many clothing, and I got very hot. But it was fun, and I drank a bit of hooch, and I didn't get too drunk because on Sunday I had to go to Bristol with my son, who wanted to audition for Britain's Got Talent. He's got a very nice little singing voice. And we queued for 4 hours and it was freezing, and there was thousands of people there, and it was kind of an interesting experience because I had to sign his life away in a Faustian pact with Simon Cowell, but unfortunately he wasn't talented enough for Britain's Got Talent, and so they didn't put him through to the next round. But they were very positive, and they said that it was very inspiring that at 11 he'd written such a great song, because he wrote this song called Messed Up World by Ben McNaughton, which you can buy on iTunes and Amazon if you would like to listen to it, and the proceeds of it go to SAFA, which is a forces charity to help the families of the serving. And it's quite a fun war to stop, and he wants to stop all the fighting because he's had enough of it. And it was great, but he was devastated because obviously he thought that he was going to win Britain's Got Talent. Now, I was not so certain, especially when I saw his entry number 11,000, and then I queued with 4,000 other people for 6 hours to go and audition for him. It was fairly obvious right from the outset that he wasn't going to get through. But it's quite an interesting little life lesson for him, because he now realises that he's possibly going to have to work a little bit harder if he wants to achieve his dream of global stardom in the pop world. So anyway, that was kind of interesting. And in other news as well, I am looking to redesign my logo. So I do love this little logo here. My Modern Miniature Mother logo was designed for me by a former friend of mine who very generously designed the logo for me. And then she sort of fell out with me because she thought my son was getting fat and that he spent too much time on video games and that I was really annoying. And so she then, in the midst of chronic toothache, sent me a diatribe of messages on Facebook, and then proverbially stormed out and blocked me, and is now no longer my friend, which is fine, other than obviously she has the license to the logo. And I thought about contacting her and asking her, if she'd be willing to provide me with a license for my logo, just in case I did achieve international global brand success. And then she sort of, came after me because she didn't formally give me a license for use of my own logo. And then I thought, well, why would I bother going through all that hassle of reconnecting with her when clearly she's bonkers? So I decided I'm going to redesign my logo. So I've got my old mate, one of my old chums from school, who's designing it for me, and I'm just going to pay him in a standard transaction, and he's going to give me a logo. And he's already told me he doesn't have any problem with my children playing video games, because his children play video games, and so that's fine. And so that's it so far. Haig has been away on exercise. He's just come back. We're sort of, he's got about a year left in his current job, and we're now sort of waiting to find out what's going to happen to him. It's possible that he might end up going back to flying, which means that he shall be living a long way from the children, and I shall be definitely single parenting for a long time. But anyway, that's interesting. We'll see how that plays out. But that's all for now. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to find me on my blog, subscribe to my YouTube channel for more of these fantastic updates, and follow me on Twitter at @ModMilitaryMum, and check me out on Facebook, which is Claire McKen Writer, actually. But if you look Claire McNaughton, it'll come up. There's only about 5 of us on Facebook. All right, so until next week. Bye!